Hi folks, welcome to Topic Selection 102, Avoiding Blockbuster Topics. Um, Now there are lots of topics that you guys might write about for research papers that are going to be really exciting to read. Basically, here's the rule of thumb. If I'm learning something new from the paper, I'm interested in reading it. But I want to mention that there are a few topics that you are going to want to avoid because they tend to yield weak papers. Um, and these are what I like to call blockbuster topics. And I identify a blockbuster topic as any topic that tends to be a political football. It gets a lot of screen time in the media. Most people are familiar with the arguments that their side makes and the arguments their other side makes. Blockbuster topics tend to divide people into two camps. For example, liberal and conservative, Democratic and Republican. There tend to be two perspectives and not a lot of in between. And so I'm going to give you a few examples. Abortion is kind of the classic blockbuster topic. A lot of professors actually forbid papers on abortion, not because we're necessarily trying to tell you what to think, but because a lot of the time people fall into really familiar arguments and write a paper that doesn't actually add anything to the discussion. Um, and that's something we want to avoid. We want you to add something to the discussions that you join. Some other topics are guns and gun control. This is kind of a tricky one because I've read some original papers on it, and I've read some papers that basically are basically 5 pages that say, but the Second Amendment. I know the Second Amendment. Everyone, regardless of their position on gun control, has probably read the Second Amendment and is aware of it. So this paper is not going to add anything new. Some topics surrounding diversity, affirmative action, feminism, gay marriage, and immigration can start sounding like blockbuster topics. And some papers on global warming, like does it exist and should we respond to it, also operate like blockbuster topics. They tend to generate really tired, dull, unoriginal papers. Um, if you happen to be passionate about one of the topics I mentioned, I will see you in topic selection 102B about resuscitating tired topics. But if none of these topics are your passion, I would just recommend that you avoid them. Choose a different angle, choose a completely different topic. Just get away from things that your reader will already be familiar with.